Hey, seventh grade. So I know we started the poem The Highwayman before we left for the weekend, but what I want to do, because I think it'll be less stressful on everyone if we just wait to work on poetry when you come back, so we're going to start a new story called After 20 Years. So right now, what I want you to do is pause the video, read the story. It's only 3 pages. It shouldn't take you 5, maybe 10 minutes if you take a really long time, but read the story, come back, and we're gonna do the first activity. Okay, now that you've read the story, I want you to flip in your binder to the blue page that says Identify and Analyze Foreshadowing. It's got little clouds on it. So on this page, you're given 2 ideas. 1, that Silky Bob is a criminal, and 2, that the tall man is not Jimmy. And I want you to see if you can find evidence in the story that those 2 ideas are foreshadowed in the beginning. Remember that foreshadowing is a literary device that an author uses to give hints or clues about something that's going to happen later on in the story. So I want you to look in the beginning and see if you find any hints or clues in the beginning that Silky Bob is a criminal. I'm going to do the first one with you because you need to find 3. I'm going to do the first one, and then I want you to do the next 2 on your own. So what I saw whenever I read the story was that when the policeman walked up to Silky Bob, Silky Bob jumped and was really quick to say, "It's all right, officer." It was like he was trying to put the officer at ease. And that's what you're going to put in the cloud section. You're going to put your reason or your explanation for why the text evidence is an example of foreshadowing. So it shows that he's jumpy. Criminals probably don't like to be around cops because they might get arrested. So that can kind of foreshadow to us that he's a criminal. Okay, so we've done the first one, the first idea that Silky Bob's not actually a criminal. And now we're going to do the second one, that the tall man is not Jimmy. So the first thing that I thought was that Silky Bob had been waiting 20 minutes and he'd been telling this officer how important this meeting was, and the fact that the guy who ran up was 20 minutes late showed that he probably didn't care as much as Silky Bob did and as Jimmy probably would. Also, he was wearing a long overcoat and he had his collar turned up. And most people also don't grow after they're 20, so super tall guy, probably not Jimmy. But the fact that he was hiding his face, he was 20 minutes late in the idea in the cloud, the idea explanation, I put exactly that. He was trying to cover his face, he didn't want to be recognized, he was 20 minutes late. So that is what I want you to put for the second idea. I want you to go back and do idea 2 or evidence 2 and 3 for Silky Bob is not a criminal. So put your evidence, then explain your evidence. Go back to the tall man's not Jimmy. Put your evidence, explain your evidence. Same thing as we normally do in the ACE method. Answer, cite, and explain. It's kind of like that, but we're doing it for foreshadowing. So once you've done that, take a picture of the blue paper and send it to me so that I can check it and make sure that you've got foreshadowing down. If you have any questions, text me, call me. I'm here.